Hello everyone and welcome to my new series where I remake famous Japanese fast food. Yay! Woohoo! So Gyudon at Yoshinoya is a salaryman classic. If you've been to Japan or you live in Japan and you've walked by a Yoshinoya, you've probably seen like a sea of black and gray hair with suits. And they're all chowing down on some pretty decent bowls of rice with meat or with pork or whatever. So today we're making a Yoshinoya Gyudon, a beef bowl with green onions and an onsen egg, a hot spring egg, onsen tamago. So first you need to warm up your water, not to a rolling boil, not even to a simmer, just lightly bubbling. And once you're at that point, take the water and pour it over the eggs, cover the eggs, and put your timer for 17 minutes exactly. Fill up your pot with water again, because we're going to be making dashi as well. Prepare your onion like this. The pieces needs to be kind of big because we're going to both fry them and let them simmer in a broth later. Once the onion is taken care of, it's time to make the dashi. Now today I chose to make a Shiitake dashi because I really like mushrooms with my beef. Also I chose to put in a pack of instant dashi just to get the normal dashi flavor. The Shiitake on its own, it doesn't really give too much flavor, it's more of a umami punch. Then in a hot pan with some sesame oil, throw in your onions and start sauteing them. Once you got your onions to your liking, it's time to throw in the beef. Now this thinly sliced beef, I believe, if you don't live in an Asian country, I believe you can get it at an Asian grocery store. Or at least at the freezer section in an Asian grocery store. If not, buy some beef and just slice it thinly yourself. What's the big effing deal? Once the beef is almost done, it's time to make the soup or broth. It's going to be stewing a little bit in. So start with some mirin, which is just sweet. It was sweet Japanese cooking wine, isn't it? Maybe. After the mirin, it's time for some soy sauce. I actually have some high-class soy sauce right here. Nice. It's going to make it taste real good. But if you have just shitty normal kikkoman, that's fine too. Remember a little pinch of sugar as well. It needs to be kind of sweet and savory if you want the real Yoshinoya taste. After mixing it up, let's throw in half of the dashi that we made. Remember to use the reconstituted shiitake. You can eat them and it's really delicious. Don't throw them away. But keep half of your dashi, we're going to be making miso soup as well. Boil up your dashi, then get a ladle, put some miso in the ladle, then get a whisk and get a little bit of the dashi in the pot and then start whisking slowly. And then more and more and more until it's all combined. This is the best way to do it. If you just use a spoon and throw it in like I did in my first Ichiban dashi video, then you're going to be having lots of miso lumps and that's not really good at all. I chose to sprinkle in a little bit of seaweed, dried seaweed as well, just for the Yoshinoya look. And once you've done your miso soup, the eggs should be done. Pour in some running cold water on the eggs to stop the cooking process. If you kept high heat on your beef, at this point it should be done and reduced sufficiently. Now at Yoshinoya you can actually choose like how brothy you want your gyudon. So you can choose, like, if you want it real brothy, they won't reduce it down as much. I prefer it dry, or like very reduced down, so it's not really juicy. I like the egg to be like the juicy part of my gyudon. That's just me. If you like it juicy, make it juicy. Pop open your rice cooker, get some fresh rice in a bowl, and let's start assembling. Gently pour over the sweet and savory, delicious shiitake onion beef mix over your rice. And that little piece of beef that tried to escape, he ain't going nowhere. Then on top, I chose to put a shitload of negi, green onions, Japanese green onions. Then it's time for the hot spring egg, onsen tamago. Crack it open over your gyudon. The white should be runny and the yolk is slightly custardy. Now, I gotta tell you, this is a big boy bowl. It's a lot of rice and a lot of meat for one person. I skipped breakfast to eat this delicious Gaijin Chef Yoshinoya superior gyudon. Worth it. So I hope next time you're craving Yoshinoya wherever you are and you don't have access to it, go ahead and just follow this recipe and you'll have something better than Yoshinoya at home. I thought it was better, at least. Man, I already ate it, and just looking at the footage now I get hungry again. This beef bowl is really dangerous.